burning up, now the sun gone down. Lights in the distance, a forgotten town. No, I'm on my way, oh, I'm on my way. So stand on the edge of the world with me.
Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. How are we all doing? I'm Myles Dyer and welcome to Myles Dyer Live, the show where every Wednesday we hang out, we chill, we have fun, sometimes we talk serious, sometimes we do all of the above. It's wonderful to have you here. I would say I am well rested. I got back from vacation on Monday, but it has been the most ridiculous 24 hours with work in the most amazing way possible. The stuff that we are doing at Impact Reality XR is phenomenal. Things are moving fast. The industry is growing, and it's so exciting to be a part of a future frontier of not just gaming, but immersive entertainment and immersive technology. And it's so great working with so many incredible people. But yeah, I've been at this desk for 12 hours, and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably set up the show. So I left a meeting with a colleague of mine. Thought, what am I going to talk about? And I knew I was going to talk about my vacation, but I did an episode on Romania. How many of you remember the Romania episode I did many moons ago? Because I think I was coming back on the Wednesday, and I drove back from the airport, and I think as I got through the front door, I ran up the stairs because it was in October. I turned the computer on, then took my coat off, and started the show accordingly. Let's have a look here. I love this. I've searched Romania, and it's come up with Safari. How's everyone doing, by the way? Say hello in the chat. Hello, I will go through everyone's names in a moment. Let's have a look here. Here we go. So yeah, look, that was, I mean, it says a year ago. It was more than that. And look, oh my God, that's the pizza I had again. I've actually got a photo that's very similar to that. But yeah, that was, wow, that was episode 65. So it was 65. Oh my goodness. I mean, the photo I'm going to be showing you this time is, let's find it. Where is it? Where is this photo? Have I not got it here? I must have it. Oh, it's put it into different categories of, it's really hard to see it like this. Can I make the icons bigger? Of course you can. Of course you can. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this was a pizza I had like 3 days ago. A bit more burnt, but the leaves were a bit nicer. But yeah, I went back there. It was amazing. It was amazing. But anyway, we're going to be talking about this on the show today. I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, so I thought, instead of just talking about my vacation, which I am going to be doing, and by the way, can I just start off by saying how cute this is? Look at this. From Transylvania. That's right. I went, a friend of mine, Yulia, went on a 4-hour drive to take me to is it Bran Castle, known as Dracula's Castle. And I thought this was I was looking at a little souvenir I could get, and I thought this was a really cute way of doing it. and had a really, really good time. So we'll be talking all about that. But first, let's just go through the chat and welcome everyone who is here. So I want to say a massive hello to Kira Cat Lady, Canic Tunes, David VR, good to see you here. Paul K. Bisson. It's Bisson. Good to see you here, dude. Twitcher, hello. Mojo, Salvador, so chill. Mason says, Miles, just so that you know, I changed my name from Blitzbeast. Also, I've sent you a full CAD. Wow, you are just sending me. You're not going to be sending me an invoice at the end of the month, are you? For all these CADs you're doing, all these designs. I'm very, very impressed with it. Hello, Canic Tunes. Nashi, need a balloon to do the hair static thing. Sorry, what's this about? Is this about? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Canic says, I finally made it. Been in hospital with my dad, who is getting assessed for home care. Sending huge love to your dad and everyone in the family. And I know a lot of love is coming from the chat as well. Sarah Murray, good to see you here. And yeah, of course, hit the like button if you haven't already. Thank you. And Salvador saying cheers with the beers. Normally on this show, when doing a bit of housekeeping, we have a puzzle going on in the background. We don't, just because I've been so frantically doing this. But for regular housekeeping, here are some things to keep in mind. If you like the music you hear at the beginning of the show, head on over to Spotify. Myles Dyer Live Music. You can just search Myles Dyer Live or use the QR code. So there's that. Also, this wonderful community is all in touch on the Empathy Arcade Discord channel. So if you have Discord, use that link or the link in the description to join. We would love to see you there. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a member on YouTube for as little as the price of coffee every month. You unlock all the emojis that you see everyone using, and you get a nice little globe next to your name that changes colour the longer you're a member for. Also, we have a merch store with lots of lovely merch. I can show you some of it here. Actually, we've got obviously the nice mugs here. We also got the Myles Dyer Live official one. I've got them all here just because I was showing some people some of the merchandise the other day. I've got some other stuff around me, but I'm not going to dig it all up right now. But yeah, do check it out. And then finally, I do host Let's Plays of PSVR 2 games, and some of you have been asking, Miles, when are you going to do another? It's been weeks. And the reality is, since doing that live show, I can't believe it was only 2 weeks ago. It feels like an eternity. But yeah, I did a very emotional show 2 weeks ago, the 150th episode. Once again, a massive thanks to everyone who's been sending so many wonderful comments my way. It's just taken some time for me to process. And also with work and just getting stuff ready for my vacation. I've not really been in the zone for doing any VR streaming, but I did just get some new lenses through for my VR headset, protective lenses, so I should be able to get them set up at the weekend. And then I will hopefully from next week start live streaming again. So I just want to say to everyone, thank you for your patience. All right, so today we are going to be talking about vacations, and for me, I'm going to talk about my vacation. I'm going to show you some video clips, some images. I've spoken about Romania before. Just some context, I went to Romania a couple of years ago, October 2022, and I went out there because I have some friends that live out there, and I had the most amazing time. Got to hang out with my friend Emma. It was just incredible. In October, the weather was wonderful. I found the most incredible apartment, and the owners of that apartment, it was through Airbnb, are really, really nice, and got on really, really well with them. And I was really blown away by the food in Romania. Not only is it excellent and tasty, just everything is so cheap there. I was looking at my budget on my bank after my trip, and it tells you like how much you've spent per day on your vacation on average, and it came to $50. Now that's not including the flights and stuff like that, or the accommodation. That was all paid beforehand. I mean, it was like, I think it was like £30-40 a night. This place, beautiful place. But the food and the like Ubers, I was eating like a king. It felt like, and not only was I eating like a king, I was buying meals for multiple people because I was going out for dinner with friends and I'd be paying for their meal quite happily. So covering all that. And so, yeah, that was a couple of years ago. And I came back and I was just like, wow, Bucharest was the most amazing place. And I've always wanted to go back, and I've been very busy, and obviously it's been quite disruptive with the start of the year, with me losing my job, but fortunately I'm now in a new and better job. And I was just trying to decide when to go, and I was being quite indecisive. And I think I booked the apartment a few weeks ago. I only booked my flight 2 Sundays ago, so I definitely probably paid a lot more for my flight than I should have if I'd booked it way in advance. And I thought, right, got to make this happen. And so I went out there on Thursday. Unfortunately, like, has anyone... What's the worst traveling experience? We're talking about what makes the perfect vacation experience. But I just want to start off by asking, when it comes to, like, what is a terrible, like, vacation experience, it's got to be when the traveling goes wrong, okay? It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it was pretty bad. Got on the flight okay, but then we were on the runway like for 2 hours, maybe a bit more, waiting for clearance because I think there'd been thunderstorms in mainland Europe. And the flight was meant to be 3.5 hours. So when like 2.5 hours you're on the runway, and if you're flying with Ryanair, as I was on this occasion, you want a drink of water. You got to pay for that drink of water. And so that wasn't fun. I ended up getting to my apartment super late at night. I was pretty tired, and I was running on like only 6 hours sleep from the past couple of days because work had been pretty full on. And then I obviously always leave packing last minute. But I went out with a friend, and you know, you get the energy you get when you're on vacation, like things relax. But the travel was what made it difficult. Let's have a look here. Oh, and Sarah, thank you so much. Just want to say a massive thank you for becoming a member, and it's good to see you here. You've been a long-time supporter, and you've made some incredible videos supporting me in the past as well, and so it's really, really good to see you here. Nashi says, being on a ferry at night during a storm. Okay, I want to hear more about this, but that does not sound fun at all. I mean, on the one hand, I'd be like, wow, this is super cool being in a storm, but I don't know. Nature can be pretty scary. Pretty scary. Canic Tune says, bad trip in a trailer with no AC, with an ear infection, and had an allergic reaction to the drops, which caused my ears to swell shut. That was in 2010. That is horrific. Mason is messy says, we once got stuck for 1.5 hours on a plane because we couldn't land in Florida due to a storm. Oh, so it's that thing where you're circling. Yeah, there's always that thing, isn't there, of like running out, like how much fuel have they got in here? But it is pretty amazing how far planes can go for before they like have to land. So yeah. Let's have a look here. I need to arrange this by date added. Here we are. So, I am just looking to see if this is in chronological order, because I had some amazing experiences on this journey. It's is this in this? Oh no, this is in chronological order, or some of it is at least. I know you shouldn't take pictures on this, but Bun venit in Romania. Welcome to Romania. Since Brexit, not being able to go through the quick. Can I actually put my camera in front? There we go. Yeah, not going through the quick border checks is so annoying now. But yeah. But Uber was so cheap. I was like tipping everyone more than the maximum amount because it was just so full on. What's the best way to support you, Patreon or YouTube? I would say YouTube. Patreon is like they take less of a cut, but I'm trying to keep it on YouTube. So I would say become a member. Become a member on YouTube. Absolutely. And Dominic says, hey, just in. Good to have you, Dominic. Hope you're doing good. I was looking at the weather, and I landed on the Friday. Actually, no. I travelled on the Thursday. I travelled on the Thursday. That was it. And the weather was amazing. And then it started raining on the Tuesday that I left. And every day, I think it literally every day went up 1 degree at a time. And it was like hitting that maximum as well. It was incredible. And so on my very first day, the next day, my friend Yulia took me on a drive, like 4 hours. Have I got actually the screenshots of the map? Let's have a look here. To Bran. Yeah, here we go. So you can see Bucharest. Down there. That was where we drove from. And we went really, really far to Bran. And it was just beautiful. Beautiful mountains. Wonderful weather. And when you're catching up with a friend as well, it was a wonderful, wonderful journey. I just want to say a massive thank you to Mojo, who is always so incredibly kind. Let me just get my camera. Hey. So I want to say a massive welcome to Salvador. You are now a member. Mischievous Marcio. Welcome. BR. Brr. You're gifted. Well done. Random Toxie. Welcome. The Koi Bee Haptic Vest Cat is such an amazing name. And Smash Fuller. Hello and welcome to you as well. Welcome to the membership. Good to have you here. Right. Do you know what? Actually, it might be easier if... I don't know if this is actually going to work, but we'll find out. That's not going to work this way. Right. Let's have a look here. So, first stop was at this restaurant in the mountain that was amazing. And as you can see here, it was peaceful. It was so wonderful. A lot of it was filmed vertical because I was going to be posting on Instagram, which I still haven't had a chance to do yet. It was so good. It was so wonderful. And in Romania, they love their sour soups. That was like a photo of it there. And you can see actually on the bottom left where it's a ski lift when it is. And then actually I had a full panoramic view there. I don't know if it's going to let me drag it all the way across. Yeah, I love doing these panoramic views. Just wonderful. Yeah, I didn't actually get a photo of the sour soup. The soup was really, really nice. But papanash is the Romanian dessert. It's like a donut with sort of sour cream and like berries and that. Oh, it is the best thing. It is such a wonderful dessert. I was ordering it every night when I got a chance. It's really, really tasty and probably not good for you at all. Good for the soul. So yeah, that was really, really nice. Yeah, very, very, very yummy. Papanash. Let me actually put it up on here. Here we go. I will show you here. Papanash. Where is my spoon? That is a great name for a website. I just want the Wikipedia page. So, papanash is a Romanian and Moldovan traditional fried or boiled pastry. It is donut shaped with the donut hole on top. Oh, that's why you got the thing on the top. I didn't know that. So yeah, you get the donut hole on top. Sorry, I'm pointing at it and you can't see it. It's over there. See it? And then the dough is made with soft cheese. Is made with a soft cheese such as Uda. Substitutes include ricotta and cottage cheese. Papanache are served covered in creme fraiche or heavy cream or sour cream and topped with sour cherries or jam or preserves. Panache dough can be fried as a donut or boiled as a dumpling, like large gnocchi. I actually not had it as like that. But yeah, super, super tasty. Yeah, it's really, really, really good. So highly, highly recommend it. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful there. And then, so we went to Bran Castle, which is where Dracula lives. And what I love is, you know, you look at this, Dracula's castle, and, you know, I mean, am I allowed to say this? Dracula's not real, fictional. But they completely embrace it, as you would. But I was impressed that, as I was looking at the ceiling, the top, you could actually see bats. Can you see bats flying around? I mean, you might call them birds. I'm pretty sure there were bats flying. I think they're bats. Am I being an idiot? Were these just birds? I don't know. I swear I saw bats looking up there. I swear I saw bats up there. But then that was just me imagining, because I thought, here we are, Dracula's castle. And then, like, the inside architecture was super beautiful. Super, super beautiful. And there were just some great views. Let me just close this down here. And there we go. Just looking around. And then we had like narrow corridors that you're like going up on the rope. And it's sort of like watch your head. And then, yeah, there was me. It was just beautiful. It was just so, so beautiful there. Really, really good. And then, what else we got here? Yeah, just like a lot of looking at the buildings. The architecture was beautiful. And like you had the courtyard below. And when you were looking off the edge, it was great. And my friend Yulia actually took me a different route home. So I was able to go down the mountains and that. It was beautiful. And obviously they had a lot of weird stuff as well. We were just messing around with this like thing that was facing the other way. Look at that. I was thinking, is it going to turn around? What I love is they've got like a Dyson fan. Can you see that fan there? Like just there? I was scared it was a person that was just going to come around. So they had a lot of this stuff. Going into the law. And then a lot of the royalty they had propped up. Oh, just disappeared there. There we go. One of the prior kings hanging out. Who was it? It was Tableau. There he is, hanging out, having a good time. But yeah, and I was just very happy, enjoying it. But we paid for special access to the torture exhibition, and they had all these traps. And I tell you what, people. Humans can be terrible. Yeah, Vlad the Impaler. Look at this stuff. It is just like what humans did to others. It was just, I don't know. I think like I've seen stuff like this as a kid. But when you're sort of as an adult and you see like how brutal human beings can be to each other and you see stuff, you're just like, I just can't think of anything worse. Because like I think as a kid, when you're introduced to these things, you're always like, yeah, well, this was always done to the bad people. And then as you get older, you're like, well, no, they just like did it to people they wanted to get at. And then stuff like this. Like, I mean, horrific. Absolutely horrific. And then they had like the Mask of Infamy. Look at that. Little piggy. So what's it say here? The culprit had to wear it in public, thus letting everyone know that a crime has been discovered and that the culprit was paying for his faults. And then obviously for decapitation. Yeah. Yeah, the nice simple ones. And then they had stuff like this. And I was like, oh, what's this about? What's this about? This is interesting. And then you actually look at the wheel. Check this out. The wheel, this was a very popular system of torture and execution used only for cases of witchcraft. The most common procedure was divided in two different phases, both extremely painful. The first phase consisted of fracturing the bones and joints of the accused person by means of a small wheel called a fracturing wheel, equipped externally with many spikes. The second phase was implemented in case of execution. The accused body, thus shattered and disjointed, was literally twined through the spokes of a large cartwheel and then hoisted on a long pole where the victim was left till death. A popular variation, especially in cases of witchcraft, was to set fire to the wheel and stake. In such cases, death occurred quickly from burning. I mean... I thought I had a video of this one. Let me have a look. No, I don't. But wait, is this it? No. How about this one though? The handsaw. The handsaw. This form of torture is considered to be a worse fate than the stake. The victim was held upside down so that the blood rushed to their head. This had the horrific consequences of keeping the victim alive and conscious for as long as possible, while the torturer sawed the convict in half from the groin downwards. The punishment was used widely by French judges for witches believed to have been impregnated by nightmare devils or by Satan himself during Sabbaths. The punishment was also used for people believed to have carried out homosexual acts. How evil. How evil. So here we go. You got this. And that was it. Like, and I know that this is the last thing you're going to be thinking about, but like, they didn't have good healthcare back then either. They put them upside down so the blood rushed to their heads so they were alive longer. Who does this? Like, who are the people that do the cutting? Like, just humans are just capable of just such horrific things. It was eye-opening. And you're like, Myles, this was a vacation, right? Yeah, it was a vacation. There was also a tunnel that went underneath that we took, a concrete tunnel that was pretty cool. And then I saw loads of stuff in the store that I wanted to buy, but I wasn't going to be able to fit in. Who doesn't want a dragon that's holding your wine glasses, right? Amazing. Amazing. I really wanted it. I couldn't have it. And then there was this one as well. That's what you want. That's such a cool opener. But the thing I did get, as I've shown already, was was this. This is what I got. Nice little cute little mug, which was super, super cute. So yeah, and then looking at the castle from the outside, it looked like this. And I think there's a picture here. I mean, me from the distance looking at it. Yeah, I know. Drunk. Who doesn't want Drunk Dragons? It's a great band name, by the way. Drunk Dragons. And there was me underneath it. Dee-dee. So yeah, that was my first day. That was my first day. Bran Castle. And actually they had this really cool model of the area. And what was really funny was afterwards there was this like horror maze they had where you go into different rooms and you have people jumping out at you and stuff. And my friend Yuli was like, oh yeah, I've done it before. And I was like, do you get scared? No, I'm fine. And we went in it. And as soon as the noises started, she was terrified. And it was the best part of the day because she was just grabbing me. And it was that whole thing of like, no, you go first. And then when I go first, she's like, no, don't leave me behind. And I'm like, well, you go first. And she's like, no. And it was, oh God, it was so funny. But yeah, when getting back in the car, 39 degrees. It was hot. It was super hot. But the views were just wonderful. Beautiful views. And yeah, it was just... It was just great. It was really, really beautiful. And yeah, there were loads of restaurants I went to. I'm not going to go through all my stuff now. A lot of them were ones I'd been to before. But what have I got here? Oh yeah, they had a Cybertruck. Never seen one in person before. They had a Cybertruck there. They are ugly. They are so ugly. I mean, they're cool tech, but super ugly. And oh yeah, more papanache. Oh, it was so good. So good. Super tasty. And then also visited the fountains in the evening, which last time I missed the show because they do a show at night. And so I went there. But because they had like a marathon or something going on, there was no music. So there was no music show. They were just running, which was a real shame. They don't even work. I heard they do work now. But I want to tell you something actually that was really amazing on this trip, and then we're going to open it up to like what makes a good holiday, right? I've got more things to show. But in terms of what makes a great holiday, it will come as no surprise that on this vacation, I was using AI. Now, there were two things that I used AI for. Firstly, I went shopping. I went shopping because I needed a few things for the room, and I came across this massive wall of what looked like to me just coffee. I will enlarge this, and then I will make myself pop up. 1 second. Jesus, that's a lot of photos I've gone through. So yeah, looking at all this. And so there were two things I was able to do. Firstly, I was able to ask ChatGPT, I'm looking for English breakfast tea. What is the closest thing I'm looking for in Romanian? And they're like, well, you just want black tea. This is what it's named. And so that was very, very helpful. But what I was able to do was I was able to take this photo. I took this photo and then I put it into ChatGPT and I said, okay, this is where all the hot drinks are. What am I looking for? And it went yellow label, top right. And that was exactly what I needed, was that yellow label. So using like ChatGPT to like help me do my shopping and finding stuff off the shelves was absolutely impressive. The second thing I used it for was I just as a test, I took a photo of a building. I was speaking to my friend, what is that building? They didn't know. So I took a photo of it, put it into ChatGPT, and it told me what the building was, what it was called, what its history was. And I was like, this is such an amazing device to use as a tourist in terms of finding stuff, you know, being contextual about it. I was really, really, really blown away by it. I also went to their, they call it AFI. It's AFI. It's a massive mall. Absolutely humongous mall. So impressive. And they had inside it, an ice rink. If I keep going around like this side, they had an ice rink. I was so confused. An ice rink in this weather. But indeed they did. But yeah, I went to my favourite place that I'd been to last time, Animaletto, which is rated in 2023 one of the top 50 pizza places in Europe. And I went, but that's not the one. I wanted this. And the pizza was so good. And then there was another pizza place that was rated highly, so I went there. So in the same day, I went to 2 different pizza places. It was pretty full on. But the other thing I went to, and a lot of you are probably saying, what on earth, Myles, is your thumbnail about on this video, which was this one? Cool, right? So, many of you will be aware of this, but there are Van Gogh immersion exhibitions. And in Romania, they've got the Museum of Immersive New Art. And it was really great. And there were 3 shows. They have the Van Gogh, the immersive show. They have Cosmos, Descaperamtaneo Universalulia. I don't know. I'm completely making that up. And yeah, wood fire oven for those pizzas, yeah. And then Gustav Klimt, the immersive show, which I'm trying to remember what that was about. But you go into this room and it is like for Van Gogh. They just have lights projected around you and it's just, you kind of take it in. And it was absolutely stunning. And I sort of caught halfway through the Van Gogh one. And it was just beautiful. And you get your beanbag, you lay in it, and then the environments just transition. I think this is it now. Yeah, I'm trying to think how long I was in there for. I was probably there for an hour. You have these quotes. My dear brother, you know I feel I'm in Japan. Look at that. Really cool. And then you've got these ones that are a bit more familiar. I didn't smoke before going in there, but that'd be pretty incredible. And then, yeah, just like all the different environments. Like sunflowers. I'm just being careful that I don't get any copyright strikes. So that was great. And then let's have a look here. I mean, this is a 1-second clip I've got. You know. Yeah. Just doing that backwards and forwards. It was just like incredible. And then for the space one, I mean, check this intro. You got like this stuff going on. And then like, I shared this on my Twitter. But like this stuff was amazing. Coldplay have done very well with all this stuff going on. They're like, yeah, we're just going to use Coldplay for everything. And it was just like all these different... I'm just skimming through it now. But it was really cool. And that was where these images came from, which I loved. Really beautiful. And then, like, I love this one with the water effects. Like, it's not happening underneath you, it's happening on you. So, like, in some ways you're like, oh, is that going to be immersive? Because it's not quite a holodeck, because it's just projecting it on you. But, and what I love that is that looks like a transition. No, that's the room going black. Look at that. I love that you get the fade. Look at that. Really cool. And I know they have these all around the world. Let's have a look here. Yeah, and that's what the room looks like. as I was leaving. So, yeah, really, really, really impressive. So I had a really, really good trip. Let me move the extra thing. So, yeah. So I wanted to... Anyway, multiple projectors working in unison. Yeah, it's really good. If you ever get a chance, definitely check it out. I think it's really peaceful and wonderful. And I just love that using modern technology, we can celebrate, great artists of their time and stuff and make their legacies live on that way. So now I want to open it up, basically, and talk about what is it that makes a good vacation. Like for you, what is important for a vacation? I'm going to, describe a few things I look for. For me, a vacation is always about convenience. And like, I haven't for many, many years, like maybe 10, 20 years. When I was a kid, I went on like what's it called? Ultra inclusive, where it's not just food and drink, it's like alcohol as well. Everything is included. And Mason says my best vacation was on Vacation Simulator. Love it. When you're on vacation and you're having to, you pay for yourself to go out there, but every day you're like, what is our budget? I mean, look, you can still make it work. But if you're like all inclusive and you're like, well, no, for this week, you've literally got everything taken care of. You don't have to worry about anything else. That's amazing. And that really allows you to disconnect from the stresses of life. And for me, although I was having to buy stuff every day, things were so cheap and within budget that I didn't have to think about stuff. And I was able to like try really great things on the menu and travel around, and just having that freedom, it was just a real blessing. And so for me, I think it is having the convenience. And I often go on vacation by myself because I travel a lot by myself anyway. And I like having that freedom to just do what I want when I want. And obviously I can meet up with friends and stuff, but that's a bit different from going on vacation like with friends sharing the same space, because then it's a question of like, what are we going to do today, and like who's ready to go out and stuff. Whereas for me, it was kind of like, if I want to sleep in, I can sleep in. If I want to have an early night, which I definitely did some nights. The thought of an early night is making me tired now. That's all really, really important. So yeah, I'm just having a look at what people are saying here. As much as I love people, sometimes it's good to get away and have some time to yourself. Yes. Is it annual to your family to Aruba for an all-inclusive resort, and it was one of my favorites. So yeah, all-inclusive is really powerful. I definitely feel like it's an important one. I'm not putting that on screen, Chaos. Chaos said something very naughty. Someone gave him a hand in the hot springs in Costa Rica, and that was his best vacation. So well done to you. As in like that, they were clapping him, right? That's what you mean. Amnesia says, from my point of view, I've never been out of my country, but I've been told I worked on several countries before the memory loss. Wow. I know for like, especially in America, I remember once upon a time it was like only a quarter of Americans have passports. And to be honest, a country like North America, you have like all the climates. There's so much... Excuse me. There's so much diversity across the country that you can afford to do that, right? And stay within the country. But, going to other countries where there's different cultures, like Japan, I've always wanted to go to because it's a real culture shock. That can be really, really impactful. Kira Cat Lady says, planning ahead to have options on what to do and where to go, and then being able to pick and choose without stressing. I also love Airbnb hosts who treat me like a friend. It is, to be honest, I think I've only ever used Airbnb once. Twice now, and it's this place. I think this place in Romania is the only thing I've ever used on Airbnb. And by the way, I don't think I showed a photo this time of it, but the apartment is just like the bedroom alone. I want to get that relax and dream. I want to know where I can buy it from. But like, yeah, it's right in the heart of the old town though, so it's very noisy. But yeah, really, really, really amazing place. So yeah, it sounds obvious, doesn't it, when it comes to vacations? You want things to be stress-free. And that means in the travel, there's nothing worse than getting delayed and being like, oh, this is eating into vacation time. And there's nothing worse than being delayed on the way back because it's like, oh, now I'm going to have less time to get ready for work and stuff like that. So, yeah. That would, that's it. Hey, Silver Nexus, good to see you here. Hope you are doing well. What other things do people find makes the perfect vacation? Is there certain activities people like to do, or is it certain areas of the world? Is it like having a hot weather, cold weather? I like being able to go out for walks, getting outside, enjoying architecture, a lot of things that you don't really appreciate when you're younger. Canuck says you turn the lights off and see X-Lax and scream. Yeah, that would be quite something. Seeing historical sites. Yeah, I think so. I mean, like going to Dracula's castle was very, very cool. Because a lot of people were asking, oh, would you recommend going to Bran Castle? And for me, it's a mixed one because it was a 4-hour drive. And we did it in one day. So it was a lot of driving that day, and I'm not sure I could recommend that. But because I was with a friend and we were catching up, there was a lot to talk about, so that was really, really nice. And it was something that I really, really wanted to do. I know there are a lot of other castles that could be good. But, Florence. Florence is beautiful. I've only been there for like a few hours because it was like a quick stop off on a cruise when I was a kid. Great food, great art gallery, and just beautiful to walk around. It's just having that freedom and just like, I always talk about London, for example. I've worked in London a lot, and so it's very easy to overlook things and be like, yeah, this is kind of cool. Whereas when I have friends visit from other countries and they point at stuff and go, hey, isn't that really cool? And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. The excitement that other people have can rub off on you. And so, showing people around your own country can really open your eyes to appreciate things that you walk past every single day. Congratulations, Silver Nexus. Got a new job. Starts on the 15th. It always confuses me when people put the month first, then the day. Mojo says, just getting lost in the culture and enjoying the area. I think also what makes a good vacation is feeling safe. Something about Bucharest is being in the city centre. And obviously, I know it's different for women compared to guys. But I'm someone who often worries about being safe and stuff. Bucharest is an incredibly safe place. And I kind of sometimes say to myself, I went there all by myself. That's pretty remarkable. That's stuff I couldn't imagine doing when I was younger. Rock climbing. Oh man, rock climbing stresses me out. I think it's because in rock climbing, the further you go, the further you got to go down. I used to like abseiling because I know like the further you get with abseiling, the closer you are to safety. So there's some kind of motivation there. I love exploring beaches and cliffs. Wales has some excellent coastal paths, many of which I still need to try. I love the Brecon Beacons and the mountains and that. It's really, really, really good. Lots of love for Silver Nexus with a new job. Nashi says, the Isle of Man has a good mix of castles, beaches and coastal paths. Well, by mix, I mean it's all together. That's awesome. Mason, you keep asking about the CAD thing. I will check it out another time. Obviously, I can't keep talking about CAD stuff on the show, but I really appreciate it, and do share it in the Discord, and I'll be sure to check it later. So thank you, and I might throw it up another time. When I'm thinking about like what are good ideas for vacations, it can be like beach getaways. I mean, I'm just going to read a list that I put together here before the show. So it could be beach getaways, relaxing on sandy shores, swimming in crystal clear waters. I mean, anywhere that has crystal clear waters, I think is amazing, because obviously so many parts of the world have been destroyed by humans, which is just so depressing. As a lot of you have mentioned, cultural exploration, somewhere that you can immerse yourself in the history, the art, and the cuisine. For me, it's all about cuisines. Really, really important. Some people are really into their adventure trips. So it could be going hiking, zip lining, or white water rafting. You could do that in like New Zealand or Costa Rica or the Swiss Alps. Nature retreats. Sometimes we just want to escape to a serene cabin in the woods or a lakeside cottage or a national park. So already, like, beach getaway, I wasn't on a beach, but enjoying the hot weather was nice. Cultural exploration, I definitely explored in the history and the art and the cuisine. Definitely was an adventure, going on some nice long walks. And also enjoying the mountains and stuff. Some people just like a city break, exploring the vibrant nightlife. I did a bit of that, but like loud nightclubs aren't really for me. Road trips. Hitting a road trip can be something people love. I did that. Definitely going on a long road trip. Although you might say 4 hours isn't a proper road trip. It was a road trip, but yeah, sometimes you can do a road trip which is an actual, stopping off. I guess that is what a real road trip is, isn't it? It's like going on, stopping off one day at a time. Some people like a wellness retreat, focusing on relaxation or rejuvenation with spa treatments, yoga, or meditation. Some people like cruises, enjoying the luxury and convenience of a cruise, visiting multiple destinations without the hassle of constant travel. Some people like family fun, just spending time away with family, doing things together like theme parks, zoos, or kid-friendly attractions. Others might be after those romantic escapes, spending quality time with your partner in a romantic setting. Culinary tours, so discover the local flavours and culinary traditions of a region. I definitely did that. I had some traditional Romanian food and it was absolutely incredible. Festival experiences, wildlife safaris, and things like skiing and snowboarding. There's obviously a lot there. Seeing polar bears would be cool. Getting away from a concrete jungle. I mean, I was in a city, but I don't live in a city, so I kind of like that. And it was the old town, so great architecture and things like that. Canuck says, pre-COVID, I used to hit all the music stores in the city. Montreal was my favourite. When I was a kid, when I was in, I think it was when I was on the way back from Australia, we stopped off at Singapore and they had a HMV. It was like 3 stories and the music was so cheap. I bought so many metal albums when I was out there, and it was felt like paradise just buying all this music that I could listen to before internet streaming was a thing. Back then it was magical. Things we take for granted, right? Things we take for granted. Cool. Well, listen, people, we got 6 minutes left, and I think we can tie this in. For Dyer Discovery this week, obviously I talked about my trip to Romania, which was absolutely incredible. But we also like to take a moment with vitamin G. What? I know, HMV. I mean, we still have one here. Like, it's the one that I keep wondering. Is it closed? Has it closed? Oh, it's opening again. Things like that. But yeah, for vitamin G, we just like to take a moment to think about what we are grateful for in life. So you can just think about it. It could be a person. It could be a place. It could be just a moment that you thought about today. And vitamin G, you don't have to share with it in the chat. Just taking this moment to think about it can be very, very special. But yeah, I like to just take a moment on this show for people just to think about something that they are grateful for. And Mojo says, don't forget to like that smash button. Yeah, it says that only 6 of you have hit the like button. So if you're watching right now, do hit the thumbs up button. Would really, really appreciate it. It really, really helps with the show. And you can always use just the vitamin G emoji in the chat, which you can't see when I pop it up on screen. For my vitamin G, I'm just incredibly grateful to have the freedom to travel. I think that definitely came to mind, and to be connected with so many amazing people in this world. I've made so many amazing friends because of the internet. And I've been grateful for people that I've been able to share a lot of my issues in life. Obviously, 2 weeks ago, I shared a lot that was going on in my life, and the amount of love and outpouring, and most importantly, compassion, compassion is very important because it is about acknowledging the negatives whilst also saying, but you can get through this. That can be really, really powerful and important. So yeah, I'm really, really grateful for that. Silver Nexus says, I'm grateful for this community and the VR community for keeping me thinking positively and looking forward instead of stewing in depression. Much love to you, dude. Really glad, and once again, congratulations with the job. Mojo says, my vitamin G this week is probably going to be for downtime after a stressful week and days off work due to rest and recharge. Really, really, really good to hear. Any other vitamin Gs? And if you don't get them in just yet, you can get them in on the outro. Kira Cat Lady says, I got to reconnect with people at Pride, and it still feels great. It's nice when those feelings stick with you. Really, really, really good. Listen, people, I have got to jump back for a work meeting in 3 minutes' time, so I am going to wrap this up now. For those that tune into PSVR without parole, I believe it's been cancelled for tonight. But to be honest, I definitely need to sleep because it has been one hell of a day. But I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone for tuning in. Yeah, I'm looking forward to putting some time aside to think more about this show and getting some of the things up and running that I've wanted to before, like getting guests back on and things like that. But if you have ideas and topics you'd like me to talk about on the show, do let me know in the comments section below, or do let us know on the Discord, or just message me across social media. That would be really, really appreciated. So, with all that said, I want to say a massive thank you, everyone. Have yourselves a wonderful week. If you're in the States, happy Independence Day for you tomorrow, when us Brits left you alone. And for us in the UK, we might be having our own Independence Day because it's a general election here in the UK, which could be historic. So that should be interesting to see. So yeah, that's all from me. Take good care of yourselves. And as always, love, respect, empathy, and adios. Till next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you. And also, let me know in the chat below. Have you got a vacation? If you got one planned, let me know what it is. I'd love to hear it.
Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye pink sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye pink sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye pink sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
mean, I always pop up at the end, right? Just to say thanks everyone for tuning in. I know this was a rushed one. I literally planned this show from complete scratch, like 10 minutes before going live, including the thumbnail and everything. It has just been so full on. But in the next week or two, things should start freeing up for me a little bit more. I'm looking at my calendar and it's still for June. I need to change that because we're 3 days into July. But yeah, just a massive thank you, everyone. I have now got to jump off now. I am jumping into a VR game to capture some footage for a client of doing some cool, fun, like meme-ified sort of acting things. I don't know how it's going to go, but it should be interesting. Much love to all of you. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.